Sac Passe YouTube. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa, and on this channel, I teach my ladies how to lock down a man one recipe at a time. I'm a mess. Now, fellas, we love you guys too because a man that can cook, that is attractive. Now, y'all see how good this griot looks, right? It is so flavorful, so tender, juicy. And the best part about it, you don't have to wait overnight to marinate this, honey. You can clean, cook, and fry your griot all at the same time. Now, don't take my word for it. Try this recipe out and don't forget to come back and let us know in the comment section how it worked out for you. Now, let's get into another bomb recipe. So we're starting off with 2.5 pounds of pork shoulder. That is the correct meat to use for griot, pork shoulder. If you're gonna buy it like this, it's going to say half pork shoulder. If you go to one of the Spanish stores that has like a butcher in the back, then you might have to get the whole pork shoulder. But 2.5 pounds is more than enough for about like 3 to 4 people. Now I'm going to have to do all of the work. I'm going to have to cut it. And please tell me why I chose this knife that's not even sharp. Okay, so I'm doing extra work here, but it still gets the job done. Okay, guys, this is real life cooking here. I just turned my camera on, but this is real life cooking. There's nothing special being done. So you don't want to cut the meat too small because we are going to cook this. And when you cook it, it's going to shrink a little, not too much, but just a little, it'll shrink. But you'll see the size that I will cut this. Don't get rid of the fat, guys. I'm telling y'all, if you know griot, then you know the fat is the best part. Don't get rid of it, okay? Even if you don't want to eat it, at least cook it with the fat because the fat is where the flavor is. Hello. All right. Now, this is the size that you want to cut your griot, okay? And as I continue to cut this here, you guys will see. But I want to take a moment to thank each and every one of my new subscribers. I am so happy that you decided to join the family because, honey, we are fat over here, okay? We eat good and the food is flavorful, all right? Guys, you already know I'm a mess. I miss you guys. I'm so inconsistent, but I'm trying so hard to get it together and post at least once a week. I am trying so hard. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I want you guys to know that I do see all of the requests that you guys are leaving in the comment section. I will definitely get to everyone's requests. Multiple people asked for griot, so I started off with the griot, but I do see everything that you guys are asking me to make, and trust me, I will make it unless I don't like it. Like chaka, someone asked me to make chaka. Me and Chaka are not friends, okay? So I don't know how to make it. But whatever I do know how to make, I will be more than happy to show you guys. So this is the fat area here that I'm talking about. That is the best part, okay? So when you're done cutting all the meat, this is what it should look like. These are the perfect size. Unless you want it bigger, you know, there's no right or wrong way to do this, but this is how we normally do it, we as in Haitians. So now we're going to clean our meat. Some people say don't clean meat, but honey, this is pork. That's a pig. You gotta clean this, okay? Don't be eating this without cleaning it. So we're gonna start off with some salt. I just put about 1 to 2 tablespoons of salt. This part is very important. There's 2 ways to do this. You can either do it with lime or with vinegar. I'm doing it with vinegar today, but let me explain this to you guys. If you do it with lime, you have to use a good amount of lime. Make sure this is saturated in lime. So let's say for this amount of griot, you will use about maybe 8 limes. Okay, it depends also if there's a lot of juice in the lime. Let's say 5 to 8 limes. And then you want to let it sit in that lime juice and salt for at least about 15 to 20 minutes. But because I'm using vinegar, vinegar is very tough on meat. Okay, so with the vinegar, I'm only gonna let it sit for about 2 to 3 minutes because I don't want my griot to be super hard. So I put my salt first and I let the salt sit for 10 minutes over my meat. After the 10 minutes, I will pour my vinegar in, let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes. Then I will bring my hot boiling water right over my meat, just like this. Now I'm going to let that sit for maybe about 5 minutes. Okay. After 5 minutes, I will drain this all out. Make sure all the water is completely drained out. Once my water is completely drained, now it's time to season this baby. Now, this is the most important part, guys, because this is where your flavor is coming from. We're starting off with salt, of course. So I just put in about 2 teaspoons of salt. Now I'm going in with 4 large lime. This griot meat needs to have bon acide, like our Haitian parents would say, okay? So you got to go in with that fresh lime juice. Don't use the lime juice that you can buy that's made already. It has an aftertaste. I like to use fresh limes, especially for meat. I use fresh limes because it just tastes so much better. Everything is always listed for you in the description box, what I'm using and the amount that I'm using, but you can alter it to your liking. Maybe you want to use less seasoning or more seasoning. Make it yours, honey. There's no right or wrong way to cook. You can make it yours, but this is just what I'm doing. Now I'm going to go in with 3 generous, and trust me, those were generous, tablespoon of my Haitian ippies. I have a video on my channel of how I make this. I will link it above and below for you guys. I'm going in with half a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of complete seasoning, about a quarter teaspoon of ground cloves. That was a little bit more than a quarter teaspoon. I'm also going in with a quarter teaspoon of turmeric and a quarter teaspoon of paprika. It is a little bit more than a quarter teaspoon, but you guys can see. Just I don't think it's half a teaspoon. It's in between a quarter and half, okay? If you want to be exact. I'm going in with 1 Maggie cube. This is the chicken flavor that I'm crushing in. And then I'm going to go in with fresh garlic. Now, this little garlic crusher thing is a lifesaver. I found it on Amazon. I will link it below if you guys are interested and want to buy it because, honey, this has saved me from using my mashed pilon, okay? I just use this. It saves me so much time. I love it. I honestly really love it. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of sour orange, and then I'm going to mix this baby up. I'm telling you guys, this mixture here is so good. How did I come up with it? I was just making griot and I just put whatever I had at the time, okay? And it tastes so good, I had to write it down, and that's what I always use when I'm making griot. All right, so now that this is all mixed, I always taste my seasoning just to make sure the flavor is there. If anything's missing, you know, if I have to add anything, and it tastes pretty good. So I'm just gonna pour this right into the pot that I'm going to be cooking my meat. The stove is going to be on a medium high. I added about 1.5 cups of water to the bowl, and I'm going to pour that right into my pot. Now I have my beautiful vegetables here. This is going to flavor our water and help enhance the flavor of the meat. I have here 1 medium onion, 1 medium bell pepper, 3 green onions, 1 Scotch bonnet pepper, 1 celery stick that I chopped up, parsley, and about 4 sticks of thyme. And I'm going to just drop that right in, okay? And this is really going to enhance the flavor of our meat. I don't like pepper. That's why I normally don't cook with it. Haitians love pepper, but I'm different. I don't like it. It just doesn't taste good to me. It doesn't make food taste good. That's just my opinion. But if you are someone that likes pepper, then you can definitely open up your Scotch bonnet pepper to get that kick, or you can use cayenne pepper. The reason why I don't open it up, because of course I don't like pepper, but this is like pork meats, certain meats, I just put like a Scotch bonnet pepper just to get a little kick, but it doesn't do anything. It's very mild, but I guess it helps with the flavor. But if you are somebody that likes it, then of course you can pierce a hole through your pepper or open it up for more of a kick, or like I said before, use cayenne pepper. That will give you a nice kick. Now I'm going to let this come to a boil. You don't have to add more water because pork meat runs a lot of liquid. I actually kind of put too much water in here. I guess I forgot. I don't know. I got carried away. But I'm telling you guys, pork meat, it runs a lot of water. So don't get carried away by putting too much water to begin with, because the meat will run its own. So now I'm going to let this come to a boil. And when it comes to a boil, I'll just cover it. And I'm going to let this cook for 45 minutes. Guys, you have to let this cook, okay? This combination, it will just work wonders, okay? Now, you see this beautiful color? That is the turmeric. That is the turmeric that gives the liquid that color. So if you didn't use turmeric, your water may look a little bit different. Don't think you're doing anything wrong. It's just that you didn't use turmeric, okay? This is cooking on a medium high. After 45 minutes, this is what our griot is looking like. I did stop it earlier because I didn't want too much flames for the purpose of the video. Now what I'm going to do is remove all of my griot meat. This is how tender your meat should be after 45 minutes of cooking. And I'm telling you guys, with the combination that I use, this meat is juicy. You see, I'm eating it now. That's how good it is because it's cooked. You're just frying it for color and to make it a little crispy, but it's really already cooked. Guys, do not get rid of that water. I'm telling you guys, this water is the best for rice. What you want to do is when you remove all your meat, you use something to strain the water like a strainer. Get all that liquid out. And honey, make some rice with it. Especially if you have some pigeon peas. Ooh, that rice is so bomb. I'm telling y'all, I made rice with this, and I was eating that rice like I never had rice in my life before. That's how good the rice was. I regret that I didn't have my camera on to show you guys, okay? So now we're going to fry our meat. Now, when it comes to frying griot, honey, you have to be mentally prepared because this thing be popping, okay? It just be pop, pop. Like, you'll be screaming in the kitchen and everything. Like, if I recorded myself in the past when I be frying griot, my video would be the world's most funniest home video because this griot be popping. But I have my method now. So first step, you don't put the griot wet in the oil. I mean, it's common sense, but you will be shocked how like easy it is to make that mistake, because if you don't like take your meat out like the way I did and separate it from the water, you may just like, some people just literally take it from the water and put it in the oil. Like, you're not thinking like that, you know? So you have to be mentally prepared because griot be popping. That fat on the griot, that thing be popping, okay? Like pop, pop, pop. It's hilarious, but I'm being serious, guys. So just prepare yourself, okay? But I have my method. So I'm frying today in peanut oil. It doesn't matter what oil you fry in, honestly. But for some reason, I just like frying in peanut oil. You don't want the oil to be too hot, okay? You want to put it like at like a medium high, like 7 out of, from, if your stove has the number 1 to 10, put it on like 7. Don't put it on like 10 because then the oil is going to be too hot and you don't want your griot to be like burnt or like hard. You know, you just want it to be nice and tender. So you don't want to fry it on a high heat. As you can see, I had the top of that pan just waiting, okay? So I place it right over. As soon as I put my griot in, I place it right over to make sure, I don't get burned from the oil or the oil doesn't pop on me. And this is how I do it, guys. Make sure I'm protecting myself, child, not me. Done that, been there too many times. Not today. I was saying that the whole time. I was saying it the entire time. Not today. Not today. You ain't get me today. Okay. So when you're frying your griot, this is where people go wrong. People be frying this thing for like 10 whole minutes. What you frying for 10 minutes for? The thing is already cooked. You know what I mean? We just cooked it for 45 minutes. All you're doing is getting a nice golden color and getting it to a crispy consistency. See, I just put that back in because that's the fat and I like my fat to be really crispy. That's why I just put that back in, but it's really ready, okay? Is it even consistency? A crispy texture, I guess. Okay? So all you need is about 3 minutes. I did like 3.5 minutes, okay? Because I'm Haitian, so I'm a little extra. So 3.5 to 4 minutes, that's all you need to get this golden color. You don't need more than that. You only need more if your oil is too low, like if it's not hot enough. Like if you're gonna have this on like a low medium setting, then of course it's going to take a little longer because the oil is not hot enough. But if the oil is at the right temperature, you literally only need 3.5 to 4 minutes to fry your griot so it's golden and crisp. And that's it, guys. That is simply it. I put my paper towel on a plate and I place my griot directly on that to eliminate some of the oil. And yes, guys, that is completely it. That's how you make some bomb griot. Make sure it's nice and tender. You don't fry it too much. And you can serve this with plantains, with rice, with whatever you want. If you want to make a nice sauce for your griot to drizzle on it, what you want to do is some of that liquid that I told you guys to use for rice, you can saute your vegetables like onions and bell peppers. Then you use some of that sauce, let it sit in there for a little bit, and just pour it over your griot, and it makes it really juicy. So don't get rid of that liquid because you can do so much with that liquid. At the end, when everything is all done, this is what we are working with, and I'm telling you guys, this griot is so juicy, so flavorful, and really so easy to do. You don't have to marinate your meat overnight. Of course, if you marinate it overnight, it's even more flavor, but you really don't have to. I normally just do it all at the same time, and it always tastes amazing each and every time. I had mine with banan peze, which is fried plantain. Definitely come back and let us know in the comment section how it worked out for you, because guys, not only do I love hearing from you guys, I'm telling you guys, I love hearing from you guys, but the comments really do help other viewers also. Thank you for kicking it in the kitchen with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. I hope it was easy to follow, and I hope you enjoyed it so much that you decide to subscribe to my channel, because why not? It's just helping me out, and it's free. It's free 99. I just gave you a lot of free information to make your belly happy, to make your family belly happy. Why not help me? Just hit that subscribe button, boo. That's all. Oh, Lord. What y'all gonna do with me? I love you guys. Bon appetit.